Welcome back, everybody, to more Final Fantasy VI in particular, and we are continuing on our way through the Phoenix Cave. And already we've caught ourselves at a bit of a problem. No, not really. We're just making our way through the dungeon, so happy Thursday, everybody. I hope everybody's had a good week thus far. I know that the first week after the new year, after 2 weeks of break for a lot of people, is very hard to make your way through. I mean, right now I'm there too. But we're making it through, man. We're almost there. We're almost there. Friday's just around the corner, and then we can all take a rest on Saturday. Well, not me. I'm going to be continuing to work, but you guys can. So, yeah, I hope everything is going well for you guys. And happy Thursday to all. But we are continuing on in Final Fantasy VI, so I guess I got some things to talk about. Do I have any business to talk about this week? No, not really. You guys have already seen my review for World of Final Fantasy, so you guys can look forward to, or if you guys haven't checked that out just yet, go and do so. It's just more of a check-in review, so hi Storm Shadow, Jiminy Christmas, I really wish I could fix that online bug, where I literally, people get mad at me at this. People, I do turn this thing offline. For some reason, though, when I get into a game or whatever, it re-signs me in. And at that point, I can't... If I unsign in during the game, it still will sign me in eventually. It just happens. So, Storm Shadow, I don't know what to tell you. You're just going to show up from here on. Jeez, what was I saying? Yeah, so I did my review of World of Final Fantasy, so if you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's more of a check-in review. It's not an official review. I still want to work with it a little bit more because, like I said, even in the video and in later videos, the latter end of the stuff for the 2016 reviews hasn't gotten a whole lot of playtime, at least as far as what I would want, especially since 2 of them were RPGs, but that's why I'm doing check-in reviews. And I've already received this question. Since you're not technically done with them, do they disqualify immediately for the top 10 games of 2016 if they make it, or the top 10 disappointing game? I don't want to say they're instantly disqualified, but they probably will get lower spots on the list. And it's mainly because it's incomplete. I don't know if it's going to turn out for the better. But, at that point... That's really what I think it would deserve. Like, it doesn't feel right to give Final Fantasy 15 or World of Final Fantasy the #1 spot when I'm not done with them. And frankly, there's tons of games this year, so you guys don't have to worry too much about that. But if it I'm not gonna say it's either disqualified. It either gets an honorable mention, or it's lower on the list because it's incomplete. So hopefully that answers that question for you guys. But yeah, my most recent review of World of Final Fantasy is up. Later on today, I have no problem admitting that my review of Batman Episode 4 will be up. And we're cruising along in that game too. In fact, I think next week I have the finale. So at that point, we will be... And I think Batman's my last one. Yeah, Batman's my last one. So then at that point, you're going to start seeing the top 10. I'd probably start with the expansions first, because that's a shorter list, and I just kind of want to get it out of the way. And then I'm debating whether or not to do the disappointing games first. You know, get the bad news out of the way, and then go into the top 10 games. I'll figure that one out, but you guys can leave a comment below and give me your thoughts on it. I'm always willing to hear you guys' opinion. Another thing that's going to be up in the next couple of days is also my end-of-the-year kind of personal thank you video to everybody who has subscribed to the channel, who has liked my content, who has given me feedback throughout the year, because I did want to give you guys that moment of appreciation. Because if not for you, then I wouldn't be doing this. It's just that simple. And I wanted to be able to give you guys that moment as well as show my appreciation. So that's going to be happening in the next little bit too, but I'm also working around the clock on Drak and Shadow stuff, so go and check that out as well. I just barely put up our holiday Let's Play vlog kind of deals where Alex for an hour played like Star Wars Battlefront 2, and then we just kind of shot the breeze together. And I also put up the second part of that where I actually took on Dynasty Warriors Gundam Reborn. So you guys can check that out also. And we also do have some other big videos coming out in the next little bit. Specifically, the top 3 movies of 2016. Yeah, we knocked it down to 3 just because we wanted to be able to give them their due. But there's also going to be, in that video, a worst and honorable mentions, things like that. So you guys can look forward to that also. And also, me and Alex wanted to do a thank you video for you guys as well, because a lot of the subscribers to my channel are also subscribers to Drak and Shadow, and we appreciate that, because that's our time to be able to come together and have some fun playing games with you guys. So you guys can look forward to that in the next little bit. As far as any other things, there is actually a big announcement that I have that my Final Fantasy fans get first, because you guys have been here since the beginning, and I love and appreciate you. In honor of the 20th anniversary of Diablo, we are going to be doing Let's Plays of Diablos 1 through 3. And we're talking story modes of them, so it's not like level up to cap. It's going to be story mode for all of them. Now, this is actually going to have a couple of catches that I know people are already going to be asking about. How do you play Diablo 1? Unfortunately, Diablo 1 is not supported by Blizzard. And I've tried numerous times with numerous add-ons and numerous helps to try and get it to run on my Windows 10 PC. It's not working. It's not willing to do the job. I can play it on my own, but I can't record it. And that's kind of the sad part. So, with that being said, what's going to happen in place of Diablo 1 is we are going to play through the Darkening of Tristram event in Diablo 3. It's basically playing through Diablo 1 with all the pivotal bosses there, including a remade for Diablo 3 Archbishop Lazarus. So we'll play through that in honor of Diablo 1, and then we'll go to Diablo 2, which is still supported by Blizzard. And so at that point, we can play that, and then we will play through the story mode of Diablo 3, including... Now, here's the other part, too, including the expansion content for each. Now, for Diablo, that's going to be hard, because there was a Hellfire expansion. We're going to be playing through the Darkening of Tristram, so we're not really worrying about that. But Diablo 2, we are going to play through Lord of Destruction, and for Diablo 3, we are going to play through Reaper of Souls. So that's going to happen in order to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Diablo, which is a franchise that I came so late to, but appreciate nonetheless. So you guys get that sneak peek. I'm already recording the footage because Darkening Tristram literally debuted today. So I will be recording the footage, obviously after I get or recording more footage, obviously after I get this post-commentary done, and you guys got the first bit of news on that. Now, a lot of people have also been asking, so for 2017, what changes with Final Fantasy? We transition... The only problem is I don't understand the question. We transition from 6 to 7, hopefully 7 to 8, but I don't know if that's going to happen, because 7 is a pretty... From here on in, we are in games that are inherently longer. We already did 5. 5 is... It didn't look very long, people, but it is. When you account for grinding and all the bonus dungeons and things like that, it is a long game. 6 is the same deal, and 7, they only get bigger from there. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'll be honest, I have no idea if that's exactly what the answer you were looking for. I know people have been asking for the sequel games to start happening, and I said that they probably would, but I wanted to be able to get through the remaining Roman numerals before I did that, or at least through a good portion of them. Now, granted, I'm in 6 right now, so you could make the argument that I am a good portion through, but my plan right now is to go to 7 from 6, because I want to be able to transition from the Super Nintendo era, the 16-bit era, Super Nintendo era, to the PlayStation era of Final Fantasy games. So I hope that answers your question. I'm not throwing out the possibility of those other games. I just want to be able to get through the Roman numerals as quick as I can and for the majority as I can before I start tackling them. But who knows? Maybe what I'll do is I'll start doing a dry run on one of the sequels. Which one am I going to do? I almost want to do Final Fantasy IV The After Years because I've never played it. At least not that far. So maybe we'll start there and see if we can make that work. But here's the thing, too, is that if I'm going to do the sequel games, it is going to take in the Thursday spot. So that's the other thing that you have to be prepared for, is instead of getting a Roman numeral entry, you would be getting a sequel entry. That's why I kind of want to get... that's why I'm also in this constant debate of, should I just get the Roman numeral entries done first and then start going to the sequels? Don't know. I've been trying to figure that out. If you want to leave some feedback, feel free to do so. So that's going to be the plan. I think overall people were just planning on, like, what were my plans for 2017? Was I planning on, like, nuking through these games? I'm already doing that. Like, I'm not giving you guys grinding breaks. So at that point, we are doing story playthroughs, roughly. I'm still showing you, like, going through the dungeon and whatnot. I could easily speed this up, but I feel like that takes away from Final Fantasy a little bit. So yeah, my goal is to at least get to 7 and hopefully to 8. But 7 is a long game, so I don't know if that's going to be a thing that happens. And, oh yes, I think what happened in here was so you guys want baby stories. My baby girl loves coming in when I'm recording Final Fantasy footage, just so that she can mess around with the recording device, my little hapog. And, so I have to pull her out. Make sure she doesn't wreck it. Yes, I'm still running on a hapog, people. I've considered upgrading to the Elgato, because numerous people have recommended it, but I'd much rather, like, run my tech through until it's done and then upgrade. Just because that's how much of a thrifty guy I am. I want to make sure that I get my bang for my buck, and especially since, you know, 80% of this is funded by me, so I want to make sure that that's going to work. Let's see. So other plans for 2017. Yeah, I'm planning on getting to 7 and hopefully 8, maybe even starting 8. But I'm not sure. We'll have to get there when we get there. As far as other games, well, I mean, I already had plans for... So me and Andrea are going to be continuing on in God of War. Then we'll make our way back to the King's Quest games to be able to get at least episode 3 done. I have a feeling we'll get way more done than that. And we have plenty of other games that are planned in the pipeline in the meantime. So that's going to be a thing that happens. Let's see, any other business that I need to take care of? Well, aside from the podcast returning this Saturday, not really. We're going to be taking on our best and worst of 2017 this Saturday, so you guys can check that out at 10 p.m. Mountain Time. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Unfortunately, my baby girl has hit that phase where when a door is closed to her, she just doesn't appreciate that at all and screams bloody murder at the door, and so I wanted to make sure that you guys didn't get the wrong idea. I promise I take good care of my child. She just wants things the way that she wants it, and that's the way it goes. So yeah, continuing on with other things that need to be discussed. I think I've pretty much covered all the business, because we got Geek News returning, active schedules back, Tale of Drak has begun again, Dungeons & Drak did too. Oh, actually, that was one that people were asking. So, we're actually getting really close to the end of the classic WoW dungeons in Dungeons & Drak. So, their question was, like, where do you go from there? Do you immediately go to Burning Crusade dungeons? I'm not sure yet. My plan originally was to go through classic raids, but I'm not as high a level as I thought I was going to be at that point, because honestly, I thought I was going to be through Burning Crusade content pretty quick, and then I would be able to go to Wrath of the Lich King and just level like mad. I'm not saying that's not happening, because I've been able to get a level or two, but I actually will probably have to do a dry run in one of those raids before I commit to it. But that was my plan, is that I wanted to go to Classic raids first, and then go to Burning Crusade dungeons. Hopefully. We'll have to double check that, but here's the thing. If I can't make raids work, then I would bypass to Burning Crusade dungeons, so you guys could see that content, and then maybe by then I would be able to start up the Classic raids. Not sure. I'll keep you guys posted on that one as things go along. Chimney Christmas. I've got lots planned for you guys already in 2017, so you guys have so much to look forward to, including the 20th anniversary of Diablo. I'm trying to get other things finalized, so Gaming with Geeks is going to continue on with me and Aldo, hopefully. I'm not sure yet, because right now Aldo isn't the biggest fan of winter, and we may not be able to get the Resident Evil playthrough done, at least for the first little bit, because I mean, I live in Utah, and the first week of the new year was nothing but snowstorms. So at that point, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get Aldo out of, or be able to get Aldo here. But we'll see if we can make that work for you guys. In the meantime, though, me and Brinton have actually been talking. Oh my gosh! Here's the announcement that some people have been waiting for. We are planning another Let's Play. We're working out the details right now, but now that he is... if you guys haven't seen his update video where he explained like where he's been the last couple of months, he's just been busy with school. And so him and me already kind of knew this, and we planned in advance. But we have heard you guys. We know that you want more Let's Plays with him and me coming together and collaborating. So we're already planning it out. I'm not sure in the game just yet. It may be a return to the Devil May Cry series. It may not. That's all I'm going to give you guys. Because we're working out those details right now. The other thing that people have asked is, like, will we eventually see Brinton joining in for the Blizzard content? It's not that I'm not interested in doing that, but right now my answer is no, because the Tale of Drak I want to be kind of a solo experience for you guys. And right now, Brinton is interested in doing endgame content. So I'm not knocking that concept. That's great. If he wants to play the game however he wants to play it, he can play it that way. But I did want the Tale of Drak to be kind of a solo thing that you and I go through as the viewer. As far as the 20th anniversary, I'm almost leaning towards no, because I almost want to do that as a solo experience. But because here's the thing. If I bring them in for... What I'm concerned is like, if I bring them in for one part and they can't make it for the next one, then it's just going to be a solo experience, and people are going to consider that like the boring part, where I wasn't able to get the team together. And I don't want to give that to you guys, so I'm kind of tempted to do those solo, and then maybe doing like some Shooting the Breeze videos where we just shoot the breeze on Diablo, or... I know that Brinton is a big fan of Overwatch, so maybe we would shoot the breeze on Overwatch, and I could finally do some video content on that, or go back to Heroes of the Storm. I don't know if he plays Heroes or not, but that's the other thing too. Okay, so that also reminded me. When is Heroes coming back? Soon, TM. I didn't want to leave it behind for so long, but yeah, it's been a little bit of an issue just over the last couple of months to be able to make it work amongst all of the other stuff that I have going. But Heroes is returning. I do want to get back to doing that as a Drak Plays. It was fun for me, and I know that it was fun for at least a few of you guys. Like, they wanted to see more consistent videos on it. So it is coming back. I just need to get a lot of this other stuff out of the way to free up my schedule to do it. And then we'll return back to Heroes and check out some of the new heroes like Varian and Ragnaros. I think are both in it now. That'll be exciting. I'm excited for that. And as far as Drak Tries and Drak Reviews, well, I mean, you guys are already seeing me put out reviews endlessly. What's going to happen after that is my first review for 2017 isn't till February. So I'm just going to take a break at that point and then cut right into the 2017 reviews then. What I'm also hoping to work on for the reviews in regards to that is a brand new set that we can do, because I know a lot of people don't like me just filming it at my desk. So at that point, I'm already working on like another place where I can film it and give you guys kind of that production quality that I want to give. So that's going to be yet another evolution that happens in 2017. Drak Reviews is going to get a whole new set that we can work with. That probably will have a little bit of echo, but we're okay with that, right? We're okay with that? Okay, cool. And we continue on in the Phoenix Cave. Yeah, that's how long this dungeon is, people. The Phoenix Cave is one of the longer dungeons in this game. I would actually dare say that, in my opinion, Kefka's Tower, the final dungeon, is longer than it, but only by a little bit. That's the difference here. And yeah, I'm trying to think of any other things that I need to update on. Not really. And vlogs are going to return soon, because we're going to be doing the Voltron vlogs. But I don't think that's due until January 20th. That's when it'll hit Netflix. So, but then we're also going to do the TV vlogs for that also. And yeah, I'm like literally scrambling in my brain. Is there any other things that I need to announce? Unfortunately, I don't have any gameplay analysis stuff today. I haven't been able to get to those games at all. And it's mainly because of all the reviews. What I'm hoping is that next week will be my last set of reviews, and then I can do the top 10s. And then I can start working on that stuff. But now that my schedule's going to be freed up a little bit when it comes to reviews, I can actually consistently start playing that stuff and give you guys more updates. Because that's how this series kind of started, and that's how I want to continue it on. Somebody actually did suggest that I should name it Drak's Pile of Games. It's appropriate. Because it's basically me going through a big pile of games that, yeah, I haven't played. But I actually think I will amend it so that I can include like check-ins for, say, Final Fantasy 15 or World of Final Fantasy. That sounds like fun. And in case you didn't notice, we actually came across one of the 7 dragons in Final Fantasy VI. I don't think we've come across any as of this point. But basically, there are 7 dragons out in the world that, when you beat them all, you get the Esper Crusader, which is the best, supposedly, like, the best Esper in the game. And I believe... Oh, I'm trying to remember the specific spell he gives me. Oh, I want to say it's Marathon, but I may be wrong on that. It's basically one of those spells that can actually hit everything on screen, including you. So am I going to use it? Probably not, but that's okay because I don't necessarily need to. Because in the next dungeon that we're going to tackle, I'm going to get the best spell, at least in my opinion, of this game, and that is Ultima. Ultima is stupidly helpful in this game. I cannot begin to explain how awesome it is. It's basically like Meteor in Final Fantasy IV. It's a guaranteed 9999. So that's the best that you could possibly get. It's not like 5, guys. I can't cheat with Gil Toss. You know, the fact that I'd have an amazing amount of kill and I can just thump, 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 thump. Nah, it's not. It doesn't work that way, people. I can't do that. Not this time around. But Ultima is amazing. And what's even better is that I've actually been amazingly lucky in this playthrough. And where I'm grinding, I actually have a chance to get a relic called the Economizer, which basically takes every spell and makes it cost 1 MP. I have been lucky in this playthrough, and I've been able to secure about 3 or 4 of them. So, like, my entire first party cannot have all their spells be 1 MP. And hi, Red Dragon. So, obviously, it's red, therefore fire. And it doesn't hurt that much. This is probably one of the lighter dragons on there. That's okay, though, because Vanish Doom. I love the people who actually comment to me, like, cheater! Cheater! What can I tell you? They allowed the option in the game. And I'm trying to cruise through this game as best as I can. So yeah, I'm going to take advantage of stuff like that. If there's an open exploit, I have no problem exploiting it because they put it in the game. And I actually think that's going to go ahead and do it for this week. So when we get back next week, we will finish up the remaining bit of the Phoenix Cave and take on the next major dungeon, or endgame dungeon, for Final Fantasy VI.